So we are here at Airspace World in the beautiful city of Geneva, and I'm joined here by Andreas, who is Executive Director for SESAR JU Joint Undertaking. Andreas, thank you so much for joining me today.
Pleasure, Holly. Good to be with you.
If firstly you could just give us a little bit of an overview about yourself and your role at SESAR JU.
Well, thank you. I'm the Executive Director since 1 year and a half, a bit more even. And it's really a great job. We are a big public-private partnership with 55 members, institutions, airlines, airports. We have a lot of airports, of course, with us, and industry and so on, research organizations. And we are really trying to build the digital European sky and making Europe the most efficient and environmentally friendly sky to fly in the world. And that's quite a big thing we are working on very good together.
And of course you mentioned it, but if you could just say in a nutshell, what is the digital European sky?
Well, it is a digital European sky. It is the modernization of air traffic management, and digital means mainly data. And we are having a lot of data in aviation, and each sector, each actor has the data. The airport has the data, the airline has the data, the ANSP has the data, Eurocontrol has the data, but we are not using it in a very efficient way. And digitalising means that we are sharing data, that we are analysing data, and that we are improving. We are improving the air traffic management. We are adding capacity. We are adding efficiency. We are adding sustainability, and we are adding safety. And this is really working together on the digitalization of air traffic management in Europe and basically in the world. This is a global phenomenon that air traffic management needs to embrace the digital technologies which are available, which are there in many sectors of our industry and our economy.
That was very well put. Now, you recently selected 18 new projects as part of this Digital European Sky Research and Innovation Programme. Tell me, what are the themes of these projects?
Yeah.
Sounds really exciting.
It is exciting. It's always a good moment for us to select some projects. I have to say it was a very tough competition. We had over 90 projects. Honestly, we could have awarded two times or three times the number because we had a lot of good projects. Exploratory research is the beginning of the innovation pipeline, which is starting at a low level of technological readiness, which are really exploratory research, exploring ideas and concepts, and then afterwards in the innovation pipeline becoming to industrial research, to validation, to demonstrator. So we are at the early stage and we are looking a bit far ahead what comes. So one of the basic themes I think is important to underline is artificial intelligence. This is really a game changer which will allow us to manage the data, because data as such doesn't help us. We have the means to use it, and artificial intelligence in a good way, in a responsible way, in a trusted way, trustworthy AI is really the way forward. And I think our projects, many of the projects we have selected go in this direction. Also drones, eVTOLs, it's also still an important feature. How can we create the environment for this new sector to grow and to become operational? So there's a lot of interest from our community also. So these are, and of course sustainability, and yes, we have to decarbonize aviation, we have to make aviation green. And again, we're having research projects which are going in this direction.
Very important topics, all of which are up for discussion at this conference that we're here at today. Now, what is standing in the way of airspace modernization? What are the challenges?
Let's say we are having in Europe a very complex but a very safe air traffic management. I think we should always say safety, and we are ensuring safety here in Europe, and that is so important. So this means we are working with a legacy, and we are working in a real-time environment. Aviation never stops. Every day we have 25,000 peak days, 37,000 flights in Europe. So the question is, how can we modernize a system which is always active? And that is, it's complex because we have so many actors. I think aviation is one of the most complex ecosystems. The airlines, the airports, the ANSPs, there's so many actors. The different, you have to, if you are flying from, let's say, Barcelona to Helsinki, how many zones, how many ANSPs are you crossing? And this all has to work together. So this is, of course, let's say, an issue we have to overcome, a challenge which we have to overcome. But our take is we are a joint undertaking, and we are trying to do it together. In our projects, we are involving all these players, and we are going for real solutions, operational solutions, which after the end of our research are able to be rolled out and deployed, and that is the way forward. So we will manage to implement research solutions in an ongoing real-time environment.
So collaboration
Absolutely.
is just it's quite difficult,
Absolutely.
where there's so many players involved, but luckily they're all engaged, aren't they?
It is a good good story indeed.
So what opportunities are you looking to be capitalizing on this year?
We are in a peculiar moment. We are having launched our new projects. You mentioned 18. All of a sudden, we have light here, which is very good. But we have 80, almost 80 research projects up and running. So this is really the new wave. Virtualization, digitalization, automation. This is all the way forward. And we are looking now, that is what, if you ask me what is on the plate right now for us as a main feature, is the update of the European Air Traffic Management Master Plan, which is the document, the strategy document where all the actors are coming together and agreeing the next 10, 15 years. We are looking at a time horizon of 2035, 2040. Where would you like to be? What is the digital European sky about? What is the level of automation? What is the level of cooperation? What is the level of digitalization we want to see? And we are working on this together with all our stakeholders. This is a very active process now. We are having a stakeholder event in April in Brussels. If anybody's interested, feel free to join us. You find the information on our website. And this is very important. We are developing strategic deployment objectives. What do we want to deploy over the next years? We are working on development objectives. What is the future research we need to do? So that's our main focus right now.
Fantastic. So looking really, really far ahead into the future.
Research. So it's looking far ahead.
Yeah. Now you touched upon it earlier with eVTOL and air taxis. So how do we prepare ATM for the start of these new kind of really exciting vehicles?
One of our features in our joint undertaking is that we integrate them. So it's good to see that we have members which are representing the drone and the eVTOL industry. And again, it's about collaboration. It's a single airspace over there, and we have to find a way to integrating them. Thanks to us, thanks to our research, we are having developed the U-space concept in Europe, which is now implemented. There are regulations which are creating the U-space now, and now it's time to populate it and to see the real environment. This is more for the drones, and on the eVTOLs, we know that there is a race for certification and for getting the possibility to fly, and we hope to see over the next years this taking off. And I think we have to provide the environment, the framework, the context that these new entrants, these new business can reach an operational status. Yeah.
Now, which technology do you think is going to be disrupting the ATM space the most in the coming 5 years?
It's digitalization, I think. It is digitalization in the sense, I would have said artificial intelligence if you have given me more than 5 years. But if you give me 5 years, I would say digitalization in the sense of trajectory-based operations, which is then the feature that between the airplane and the ground, there is communication, real-time communication. What is the intent of the airplane? What is the trajectory it wants to fly? Technically, is the best, the most sustainable one. And then the ground, the air traffic control, the air traffic management knows this interest and can organize it and facilitate it. And with this, we really make a big step towards decarbonizing aviation and coming to a sustainable aviation in Europe and worldwide. It's an international concept, but this is something which starts implementing. We have to do a bit more research, but in the next 5 years, we'll make a big step forward. And this is what airspace users and the whole aviation community is looking for.
Absolutely. And I mean, there's huge innovation happening in this space. And, to really make the most of it, we need to be employing people from all walks of life and have a really diverse workforce. ATM is quite traditionally male dominated. So what is SESAR doing to promote these careers to women?
We are conscious about it, and I also think I'm very much believing in diversity and bringing everybody in, and it should not be only white male engineers working on air traffic management. And I'm not an engineer. I'm white and male, but I'm not the engineer. Okay. Having said this, we have to be attractive. Our industry has to be attractive for everybody. We need the youngsters to embrace an aviation career. And female and so on would be very great. I think on Thursday here in Geneva, there's an open door and we will have a lot of students welcoming in, and this is something we have to do. We are reaching out. We are having also the Engage project, where we are trying to disseminate our knowledge and attract young scientists, young researchers, young engineers into it. We're having the Young Scientist Awards. So I think the future is about the next generation, and I hope it will be a very diverse and gender balanced generation taking over from us,
That's
white
great.
male animals.
Now, how are you collaborating with other entities to deliver the single European sky? And are you looking outside the aviation industry at all?
Definitely, definitely. On many aspects, we are looking outside. I mean, first of all, within ADM still, we are looking, for example, how we can work with military. I think in Europe, we have now the security dimension, which is very important. And it's not only the airspace security, it's also cyber security. That would be, for example, an area where, of course, we can learn from other industry, banking, medicine, whatever it is. I mean, cyber security is an issue for all digital sectors and industries, so we don't need to reinvent the wheel. I would also think artificial intelligence is not only happening in ADM, it's happening everywhere. Automation, automatic metros, automatic trams, automated cars. So this is also, we're having many issues in common. I think also, if I can say another thing, multimodality. So we have to stop thinking about aviation as a silo, rail as a silo, road transport as a silo, maritime as a silo. We have to have an integrated transport system, a door-to-door perspective, both for the passenger, but also for the cargo, the goods to travel. So we are just, we have done a synergy call together with our colleagues in Europe's rail about multimodality. How can the rail community and the aviation community work better together? So that's also another feature where we are looking beyond the, let's say, the usual aviation environment.
That's fantastic to hear. Now, finally then, what developments from SESAR should we be keeping our eye out for this year?
Well, look around. There's a lot of SESAR solutions you can see here. I was very impressed this morning by the plans from ENAV on remote digital towers, going for 2 big regional centers in Italy. That's a very promising one. You see trajectory-based operations. You see a bit more future-looking, higher airspace operations. How do we manage airspace when we have space launches, which will also become a reality in Europe? So I think you see a lot here. I could talk about integration of drones. We had seen stories today about medical equipment flown by drones, or surveying infrastructure, critical infrastructure like electricity lines and so on. So really, there's a lot of good ideas out there, and really make Europe the most efficient and environmentally friendly sky to fly in the world. This is what we want to achieve over the next years.
Andreas, that was my final question. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy Airspace World.
Thank you.